In the first few hours of Dissidia Duodecim Final Fantasy, you might be struck by how little has changed since the first Dissidia. You get a new story and some new characters, but everything else seems a little too much the same. The game is slow to show you the great new stuff, so give it time, and you'll see how much there really is to enjoy that's new. There are tweaks to the story mode structure and to the fighting system. There's a cool new quest creation mode. There's a new way to enjoy the local multiplayer if you have buddies to hook up with. And it's all wrapped into a huge package that's constantly giving you all sorts of stuff. Currency, equipment, costumes, music, new moves, and even new gameplay modes. Duodecim keeps you hooked with its never-ending rewards, its fun battle system, and its awesome good looks.
Been a while since we've seen anything but puppets.
One thing that won't hook you is the story. No surprise here if you played the first Dissidia, but it's still disappointing. If you didn't play the first game, here's the gist. Duodecim is a combination role-playing game and fighting game. It takes popular characters from the main Final Fantasy games and throws them into a story about the forces of Cosmos versus the forces of Chaos. It's all fan service meant to pit your favorite Final Fantasy characters against each other. The gameplay is really great. The story gluing it together is not. There are a couple of story modes, the main one following the new Dissidia heroes, Tifa, Yuna, Vaughn, Lightning, Kain, and Laguna. The Cosmos team seeks to defeat Chaos and discover the source of the enemies called mannequins that are invading the land. There's a lot of shallow talk of friendship and loyalty where all the characters use a lot of words to say nothing of any meaning. It's a shame considering there's a lot of storytelling. It just comes across as bad fan fiction. Luckily, the fighting is still top-notch and there are some great additions here. Battles take place in spacious arenas where you can run and flit about. Your attacks differ depending on whether you're on the ground or in the air. There are two types of attacks. With a bravery attack, you raise your bravery account and lower your opponents. And the higher your bravery account, the more damage you do with the second type of attack, the HP attack. Other features of the fighting system also return, the powerful, awesome-looking quick-time events called EX attacks and cross-arena chases. There are some nice new features too. You can call in assistance from a support character. If you activate EX mode at the right moment, you can slow down time and bash on your enemy. You can break your foe out of EX mode by attacking with your support character. These features add a few more tactical possibilities, but don't overcomplicate things. Then there are the new characters, which are all really good. Lightning switches between different modes, almost like she's 3 fighters in one. Laguna is a ranged specialist who tosses grenades and fires a shotgun blast among multiple tricks. They all feel good and quite different from each other.
There you go!
Other changes relate to the story mode structure. You still move from battle to battle on a game board and level up your characters as you go. But between boards, you roam about an overworld. Here you can purchase specialty items from Moogles and attack orbs that combine to form chain skills. You use those skills to chain multiple battles into a single sequence, which earns you rewards faster. You can also open treasure chests here, but otherwise, the overworld doesn't add much, though it's kind of nice to run around and listen to the gorgeous soundtrack. Party battles are a more important addition, though it takes time for the game to introduce them. In them, you string multiple fights together, either switching characters between battles, or when the one you're using is defeated. There's other new stuff too. The local multiplayer is great, and now players can party up and take part in tournament battles. It's too bad there's no online play, but the multiplayer runs smoothly, and as before, you can fight the ghosts of other players if your buddies aren't around. Another new feature is creation mode, in which you can make your own quests. It's surprisingly robust, and while it's a little clunky, it's pretty easy to figure out. There's a lot more to this package too. In Labyrinth mode, a deck of cards determines how you will equip characters and who they fight. And then there are the frequent rewards, Moogle messages, one-off battles, and arcade mode. This is a big game. Yes, much of it's recycled, but there's enough that's new and different to keep Duodecim from feeling like a simple rehash. There are some other imperfections like the camera. It might give you a good view of walls and ceilings, but nothing else in some of the indoor arenas. Dissidia Duodecim Final Fantasy is at its best in the open environments that give you lots of room to maneuver. But this is still a great game. It's beautiful to look at, it's fun to play, and its system of payoffs keeps you staring at the screen for hours at a time. Duodecim lures you in with the fun combat, and once it captures you, it makes it hard to escape.